Hi, I'm Angi and today we're making something a little bit different. So right now we have May 2024 and I'm publishing and editing these videos in a very weird order. So it might be September, it might be November, I have no idea when I published this video, but right now it is May of 2024. So since January of this year, my cacao butter prices have been tripled in price. A lot of my cacao origins are sold out. I can still get some, but I'm running a bean-to-bar chocolate business, so this is freaking me out quite a bit. It is not a surprise that this is happening, but it's still, okay, what am I going to do now? So this is why I thought we would branch out a little bit today. We are still in the realm of candy, but I thought we would make some gummy bears. Did I ever make gummy bears before? No, not even once, not even once. So this is really my very first try. I looked up a couple of recipes where I thought, okay, this is where it could be headed. Yeah, but I don't really know anything about it. So we'll just figure it out and see how it goes. A couple of disclaimers. So those will be probably a little bit sticky. Usually gummy bears that you buy at the store, they have some sort of wax or oil around them, so I will not do that today because this is my first try. So I don't want to make it too complicated. So they will be sticky, and second, the shelf life is not going to be super long. So we're talking about maybe 2 weeks in the fridge, which is fine for a first trial, I think, and then I will just keep working on, you know, getting an extended shelf life. But yeah, those are the two things that I wanted to say up front. What else? And then I really hate the Haribo gummy bears because they're so hard to chew. I don't like them. I think flavor-wise, whatever, they're fine. But I really hate the texture of them. So I will try to make it better than that. Yeah, let's just see how that goes. I'm a little bit skeptic, I gotta tell you. I'm a little bit skeptic, but let's just do it. I'm going to start out with my cherry juice. I have 100 milliliters of cherry juice here. And now I'm adding 5 grams of Agar Agar, which is my setting agent. And I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sugar, which is like 19 grams, 20 grams. And I'm gonna cook it for 4 minutes. If you like your gummies to be just a little bit tangy, add 1/4 of a tablespoon of citric acid. I'm stirring that in. And now this needs to cool down at least a little bit, maybe 2-3 minutes until we can pipe it, because this is just a little bit too hot. So for the cherry, I want to use these cute heart-shaped molds, and they come with this pipette things. I was actually wondering if I could just use my piping bags, but well, since they come with that thing, I will just use it. And yeah, obviously I have a link down below of the molds that I have today. I think we're ready to go. Please keep in mind that I've never done this before. This work is quite tedious. So with that amount of juice, I can almost fill the whole mold, but yeah, you can see that row isn't full, but yeah, you can just make a little bit more. And now I'm going to let this set in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then they should be all set and ready to go. On to the second one. So I found this soda at Trader Joe's and I really like grapefruit, so I thought we're going to make this one. It won't have like a pretty color, but it's something I can work on later. But yeah, I have another 100 milliliters here and I really want to make this a little bit sour, so I'm adding a teaspoon of lime juice. You can also use lemon, or just leave it out if you don't want it to be like, you know, sour. I'm adding again 5 grams of the Agar Agar. And for this one, I don't want to use sugar, I want to use a sweetener. So I'm adding maybe 1.5 tablespoons of that. And again, cooking it for 4 minutes. Now I'm adding another 1/4 of a teaspoon of the citric acid. Yeah, so if you don't want it to be sour, just leave that out, okay? Now I will let it sit again for maybe, 3-4 minutes or so, and then we can pipe it. Aren't those cute? Okay. Let's pipe those in. You know what I didn't do with the hearts? I didn't tap them down, and I think this is necessary for any air bubbles. Don't know if this one here is the greatest mold, because I can see that they're not filling super evenly, and some of the legs don't have any gummy stuff in them. Filling the hearts was just easier. You really want to make sure that all of the legs and the head and the arms, everything has gummy in it. So I can very clearly see bubbles here, but I don't know. Oh, because they're already setting. That's why I have a hard time getting them out. So maybe you want to make sure to tap in between. So I actually have a little bit more, so I will use another mold. I also have this, classic gummy bear mold, but my mix is already setting, so you actually gotta work fast. So in the beginning I thought 100 milliliter might be a little bit, not enough, but you really have to work fast or keep it warm somehow. Now those will also go into the fridge for the next, half hour or hour. I'm not entirely sure how I get these out. I just do this. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, got it. Okay, that goes faster than I thought it would. That's number one. Okay, that's it. Okay, those are really cute. I gotta say that. Okay, so I do have bubbles in my hearts because I didn't start tapping them, so I think this is pretty crucial. And you know what? Let's try this one. I think the flavor is really good. I wouldn't change anything on the flavoring, so they are not super sweet, but I think they are exactly the sweetness I like them to be. If you like your gummy bears to be really sweet, I would add 2 tablespoons of sugar instead of the one that I used. I'm not super convinced about the texture. Maybe I should have only used 3 or 4 grams of the Agar Agar because it's not bouncy enough. But that's something we can work with. So I like them, they're good. Let's try those ones here. Okay, same thing. I really enjoy the flavor. I like the sweetness, but the texture is just not where I want it to be. I think next time I will not use a sugar, I will use a syrup. And I think this will be a game changer when it comes to the texture. But flavor-wise, I think they're really good. I think these ones could have been a little bit more sour for my taste. That's something I can work with. Okay, here we are. What do I think about them? Flavor-wise, good. Wouldn't change much. I think maybe some minor tweaks here and there, maybe a little bit more lime juice, but in general, I think the flavor is really good. Texture-wise, they're better than Haribo. They are better. I would definitely rather eat those than Haribo, no question asked. But still, the texture is not... Do you hear that? They're just too... Not right. This is not right. Okay, this is not right. So what I would do next time, first I would try out to replace the sugar with a syrup, like glucose syrup. I will use glucose syrup for those gummy bears here and just see where I land texture-wise. And I'm not sure if Agar Agar is the right setting agent. I think I would only use maybe 3 grams instead of 4 or 5 and just see where I'm at there. But yeah, those are the 2 changes that I will do next, and maybe I record another video when I have a better recipe for, you know, longer shelf life and just better texture. Maybe then I will record another video, but until then I think I'll stick to chocolate. So yeah, we'll keep working on the shelf life and maybe a coating surrounding the gummies so they don't stick together. So right now they don't stick together at all, but I think the longer they will stay outside, they will most likely become sticky at some point in time. So I will keep working on getting them not sticky, the texture. Well, I pretty much keep working on everything besides the flavor. So I will basically just keep working on pretty much everything. And once I figured out something like a recipe where I'm like, yeah, that's the one, then I'll share it over here. But we'll see how that goes then. But that's that now. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, if you need any form of equipment or the little molds that I had, I have links down below in the descriptions. And yeah, you can send me a DM on Instagram at Chocolatier. And that's all. Have a good one. Bye.